Hi, this is Tablet Store UK and we're going to take a look at the 10-inch WinPad IO, the IP65 ruggedized tablet, our most popular ruggedized device at the moment. And that's really a culmination of having excellent range of features and configurability, a high level of ruggedness and a very reasonable price as well. So head to tabletstoreuk.com or give us a call for more information on that. For this video we'll take a look around the functionality of the device and also the desk dock for the device, which is also, just like the tablet, very high functionality desk dock. So we'll take a look around the outside first. First of all, just to look at the front, you've got the corner rubbers you can see on four sides of the device. Along the bottom you've got a power button and different function keys that can be reconfigured, and also have functionality in DOS if you need to do dual booting on the device, and direction keys up, down, left, right and enter. And if you had RFID, an RFID module in the unit, this unit doesn't, then the contact point for that would be here on the front of the device. You've got a button for on-screen keyboard. So as well as having operating system control for things like that, you've got functions for lock screen as well. S is a shift key, and you can go into different menus that you can configure on the device through a configurable utility. Won't take too much of a look at that, but if you've got questions about how those features can be used, please do give us a call. Let's take a little bit more of a look around the outside of the device. There is no front-facing camera on this one, but the space for that is here at the front in the middle. So if you chose the front-facing camera, which is an option, then that would be here at the front. Let's take a look around the outside. First of all, on the left edge, you've got a stowing point for a stylus. It's a resistive screen, so as well as being capable of using finger touch, you've also got touch with the stylus. In the middle on the side here would be where the barcode scanning module would fit. So again, optional module, you don't pay for it if you don't need it, but if you need barcode scanning you can have that built in, and that would be here at the left edge. Behind a silicon protector to maintain the IP rating is some connections. So if we just pull this back, then you've got, on this side would be a smart card reader, so not currently installed in this module again, but if you wanted a smart card reader then that would be here. So you can see the slot there for contact smart cards, like chip and pin type cards. On the top edge of the device, this central section here, again not fitted on this particular unit, but this would be an MSR, a magnetic swipe reader, and the card would swipe along this way. The card would slot down into the MSR, would fit here at the top. On the right edge of the device you've got your ports, which on here is an onboard RS-232 COM port, which there are not many devices remaining that have onboard RS-232. I know that's a very useful feature for a lot of our customers. Two onboard USBs and your power in, so DC power in is there. Just close that. And on the bottom of the device is the docking connector. So it's a bespoke multi-pin docking connector for this device, and there's two devices that this can dock into: a desk dock, which I have beside me, I'll show you in a moment, and also a vehicle cradle. The vehicle cradle is for charging only. The desk dock has a lot of I/O options on it, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. Okay, we take a look at the back of the device where everything's happening. So at the top here would have been the MSR. This section here is aluminium, painted aluminium, which is for effective cooling of the CPU. The rest of the case is a hard plastic. This small section that you can see cut out here, I'll just bring it a little closer, would be the location of the rear camera. So no rear camera fitted on this device, so you don't have to have it if it's not necessary. If you do, then that's where it would be, and that's a 5 megapixel rear camera with flash. The stylus that you've already seen, and across the back of the device you can see that connected to the corner rubbers is as a hand strap. So you've got a location, depending on how it suits you to carry that, but you've basically got somewhere where you can put a hand so that you can basically hold onto the device quite securely. And obviously the corner locators can also be used for a shoulder strap simultaneously or separately if you prefer. One of the main attracting features to this device are the dual hot swappable batteries, which rest here. To make it a little easier, what we'll do is if we take off one of these, I can show you how they come in and out. You can use a flat-headed screwdriver, or you can just about use your fingers if you've got the right grip. But these lock in place, of course, for the IP rating, and they can be individually removed and swapped. If we just move that around so that's unlocked, we can take out a single battery. Take out this one because it's where the SIM card would go, so you can see the SIM card in its position, so you can see the SIM card slot there. And if we go to the front of the device, then you can see that Windows is still working. We've been locked out, but you can see the operating system is still working, only now with only one battery. So you can see Windows is reporting battery 1, 23% remaining, battery 2 not present. Now, one of the limitations of a lot of devices that have removable batteries, be it 1 or 2, is how do you change spare batteries other than inside of the device. And with this device you have got separate battery charging, so I'll show you that in just a moment. One last feature of the hardware that I want to show you is that along the front of the device here is, if you can just see embedded in the plastic, is basically a line here that affects the brightness of the device. It's very difficult to show on the camera, but sliding your finger up and down that will affect the brightness, and if I slide it right down to the point where the brightness is finally off, then you'll probably start to see, then you can see that the brightness is going down without the camera just readjusting to the changing brightness on the screen. That's very bright. Just take that down a little bit. So you've got very easy control of screen brightness on the device as well, which I think is quite a handy way of doing it. Let's take a look, just put this to one side and take a look at the behemoth of a desk cradle that's available for this device. I think it's probably heavier than the tablet itself. Looking from above, it's quite a beast. What you've got is a cradle section at the bottom to take the device. You can see the connector pins there. You've got a front USB, and on the back of the device you've also got a USB at the side, incidentally. At the back of the device you've got 100mm spaced VESA mounting points. This is basically the top clasp to lock the device. So the way that this would work is you lock that down and it's spring loaded to release the device. And on the back is where you've got all of your connectivity. So let's take a look at that. There's a reasonable angle to take a look at it. So you've got RJ45 for LAN, another 4 USBs in addition to the one at the side and the one at the front. You've got a COM port and audio in and out and DC power in. And then here you've got 2 bays for charging the batteries, so you can slide batteries into there. They will charge in your desk dock at the same time as charging the tablet with an additional 2 batteries, meaning that you can charge 4 batteries at one time. And then at the bottom of the actual cradle section here is an HDMI out, and a cable is supplied for that, so you've got an HDMI out there as well. You'll see a very small hole here that's not being used. The same framework without this base, but the same upper framework is used for the vehicle cradle. Again, so you've got the VESA mounting points, so the power in on the vehicle cradle is here, and then this bottom section isn't involved in the vehicle cradle. So I don't have a vehicle cradle here to show you, but you get the idea of what the vehicle cradle will be. The angle of the base can also be adjusted, so it can be leant back. I'm not sure of the exact angles on this, but that is certainly further back than 45 degrees, right up to vertical at 90 degrees, and in fact further forward than that. So you've got quite a good range of manoeuvrability on the dock there. Now to put the actual tablet in the dock, so we'll take the same tablet that we had before. Need to remove the silicon from the bottom there. There's pins to line this up on, so like anything, this is something that you just get better at doing, but it's fairly easy to put in place. A little press and that device is in, that is in, and then we just push down the top lock that in place. So the tablet, if I'm holding just the tablet, you can see that the dock is very securely linked to the tablet now. And then to release, you push the button at the top pings up, and you just lift the cradle, and you just lift the tablet out from the cradle, and that's released. Take a little look around the device itself. In terms of software, it's a 10-inch device. It's running a standard build of Windows 7. It can also run Windows XP. You've got a 3G connection manager on here. So there is a SIM card in there at the moment. If we leave that just for a second, that should pick up a 3G network. I presume it's a T-Mobile card that's in there. You've also got GPS internally on this device. Again, it's a configurable option, so we do have GPS on here. There's no software on here other than the standard Windows operating system, so there's not a great deal more to show you around. There we are. That's showing us that we've got a 3G signal. And it shows us more specifically that we've got 3.5 and up to 3.75G, so we've got the full range of protocols available on the 3G spectrum. So standard configuration for the device is 2 GB of RAM, and it's got a 32 GB solid state drive in it. It's running the Intel Oak Trail Z670 CPU, so that certainly helps give the long battery life. You can run any flavour of 32-bit Windows on here. This is currently running Windows 7 Professional. Thanks for watching. For more information and for pricing, head to tabletstoreuk.com.